You know, disappointed in the loss. We didn't come here to lose. We came here to win. That's what I told the team afterwards. We came up short. Wasn't because of a lack of effort. We just had times where we just didn't execute. We didn't execute on our punt team with our coverage. We've got to execute better with our run game, and we can't rush for 30-some yards and expect to win a game. I thought the defense battled, kept us in the game. But in the end of the day, we're going to learn from this one. We're going to get better. We're going to get back to work and get ready for the next one.
Coach, what did you feel was kind of happening offensively for you guys up until the end? You guys were able to get that score, but it seemed like you guys move down the field, and then toward the end of a drive, it would stall a little bit there.
Well, give them credit. They played good defense. They always do. They always have. It's been their MO. But they did some good things there. But I think it was a combination of protection, of getting the ball where it's supposed to be and catching the ball when it is there. So we definitely got to shore those things up. Felt our rush game has got to improve. We got the ability to do that, and we will do that. We're gonna be built on running the football, but we got to run the football before we can start opening up with our pass game.
Defensively, obviously, they were able to score on their first two possessions. I mean, what did you guys say to the defense that kind of led them to kind of be able to stall Northwestern moving forward from there?
Well, we talked awfully hard about withstanding the big plays. We knew they were going to have some big plays, and we preached that for the last 2 weeks. You're going to have big plays. It's just bound to happen, and how you're going to respond. And I thought our defense did a great job of settling in. I thought early on we were leaving our feet, our heads were going down, we're getting sloppy. I think they calmed down, started playing a little better, and obviously it showed throughout the game.
How encouraging was it to see Anthony obviously scored toward the end there, obviously get that touchdown and kind of build some momentum moving forward?
Well, it obviously is good to see. He's just going to get better and better. I felt he was a little bit more comfortable back there, but we got to help him out. It's not all on him. We got to do a good job protecting. We got to do a better job of catching the ball. I thought we left the ball and left a couple drop catches out there, but we just got to put that together, and we will. We're going to start with our run game and get our pass game shored up and get back to work tomorrow.
And then just moving forward, obviously, there's a whole season to play, but what do you take from a game like this, and how do you apply it to your next matchup against Eastern Kentucky?
I'm sorry, will you repeat the question?
Yeah, just how do you apply what you learned from today's game and kind of apply it as you guys move forward here with the season?
Well, we came in to win the game, and we were confident we could, and we didn't flinch. We came here to battle, and that's what this team is about. They've been together, they've stuck together. We'll continue to stick together. But you know what? I told them after the game, you need to feel sick, and that's a locker room that lost a game, and we're not going to dwell on it, but we are going to move on and learn from it, and get ready to get back on track, and hopefully prepare for obviously a very, very good Eastern Kentucky team.
All right, Coach, I think that's everything I got for me. Thanks so much for taking the time to do this. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Michael.
All right. Safe travels.
Yep. You bet. Thank you.
You ready?
Yep. I'm ready for you.
All right.
Omar jumped on, but go ahead, Todd.
Well, you don't sound like you're in moral victory territory,
No.
But after the first quarter, when they rolled up 9 of their first downs, I think had quite a few rushing yards. After that, the defense was better. What can you take away from that? And what adjustment did you make? It looked like to me you were filling the gaps with linebackers from the 3-man front, but I know that's moral victory talk, but what can you take from it?
Well, our defense, has been playing hard, all year, and they just stayed the course. We didn't really do a whole lot different. We brought some pressure. We played the same guys, throughout the game, and but, I think the thing I'm most proud of is, they jumped up on us, but, we kept them. They stayed the course. They didn't panic, and they kept battling. They kept fighting. And when we did have some plays go our way, I thought they were able to ride the wave and do some good things defensively with that.
When you look at the run game, obviously there's a little bit of chicken and egg here, I guess. I mean, they didn't run the ball well to get you into short down and distance, but you were never in short down and distance, when you tried to do it out of your pass game either. I mean, how difficult of a challenge was it today when, for the most part, most of your conversions were long ones, either through Northwestern's good defense or through the state's.
Yeah, it's tough, to get a manageable third down. We were 4 of 15, which isn't near good enough, but we got to be better on first and second down. And, I think it's going to start with our run game. We're going to look at it, and thought we would be able to run the ball better. And we will. We'll get that short up. We're very capable of run offense, and we're going to always start with the run first, but weren't able to do that today.
Anthony, when you look downfield, the Northwestern secondary did a good job of coverage today. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot there. He didn't force anything. How do you feel like you managed the pass game today? I thought he managed it fine. It just wasn't really there much for him. With the way we're taking care of the ball offensively, we're not fumbling the ball. We're not turning the ball over. Michael had a punt return, and our defense responded. It was great to see that. But the decision making, I know there was a few times that, we had some open guys and we didn't hit them. And then there were some guys, we did hit some guys open and we didn't catch it, so it's going to be a joint thing here. But it'll come together. But I did see a lot of improvement. I know we can build on that. And I did see a more confident young man playing quarterback today. Dante Hendricks missing today. Obviously that is a big
Sure.
in the pass game as well. Can you tell me about that? And also Kai Ware, who did play today.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start with Dante. I thought we felt like coming out of the game last week or 2 weeks ago, we're going to be okay. And, he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. We'll see how exactly how long that'll be. But obviously, we talk about it all the time, Todd, the expectations at the position, and we expect next guy up, and we've got to be better when you get that opportunity. But obviously that was a blow. Makai Ware, is, got a touch of the flu, and he had been dehydrated. We had been fighting some hydration with Makai, and, it was the best decision that we hold him today. But he's going to be fine, and we'll get him back, hopefully tomorrow or Monday.
You mentioned that the punt return yardage in the second half put the defense in a bad spot.
Yeah.
They handled it really well. I mean, they only scored the one touchdown out of it, but obviously that's something that was a big concern in the second half.
It was, up until we let them out on that, we let them out. We lost contain. They got out on them. Give them credit. They had a good, good return, a good scheme. They got outside, built a wall. But we lost contain 3 times, and so we went to the rugby kick, and we got to do a better job of getting that ball. We end up kicking a rugby kick right to them, and that doesn't do us any good when you rugby kick and you line drive it right at them. The purpose of the rugby kicks kick it away from them and kick it on the ground. And but Travis is a tremendous punter, and has put us in great position, and we rely on him. He'll be better. We'll get that cleaned up, but we got to do a better job covering punts. We did a really lousy job, I thought, covering our punts and letting them out.
Overall, again, I hate to be in moral victory territory, but it didn't look like this was going to be 24-6, at the end of the first quarter. What positives do you feel like your team was able to put forth, even though you didn't get the result that you wanted to get out?
Well, offensively, I started offensively taking care of the football. I thought there was moments where, we showed signs of throwing the football, getting the ball out in the perimeter. I think, where we've got to improve there is still our blocking. We've got to get our run game going. We will get our run game going. But we'll get those things cleaned up defensively. I say it, we say it all the time, some games you gotta win it on defense. Sometimes you gotta win it on offense. And today was a game we had to win on defense. And the defense, if we're only going to score 6 points, then we got to hold the offense we got to hold Northwestern to 5 points. And if we can't stop them, then our offense got to step up. And if we get hitting on all cylinders like we have against previous opponents, and we're all hitting on all cylinders, we're going to be just fine. But right now our defense is playing pretty well, and our offense is more than capable, and we're going to get that. We're going to be just fine. We'll get back to work. We got great players, and we'll get back to work and get ready for this next opponent.
Any post-game injuries that you know aware of? I know Michael Hopper.
Yeah. I had Chris Reed and Michael get a little gimpy, but I haven't met with the trainers. I'm hopeful we'll get those guys back. Other than that, that's really all I know. Hopefully that's all we have, and we can get some other guys back too, because we got some guys that have been out, and like everybody, but hopefully we'll get some guys back and get ready to go this next week.
All right, that's all I got.
Okay, thanks, Todd. Hey, Omar.
Hey, Coach, I only had one quick question for you. I know obviously didn't go the way you guys wanted today, but tough road swing kind of continues next week at Eastern Kentucky too.
Yeah, very good opponent. They're in the A-Sun Conference. We played them, I guess it was 2 years ago. They were a very good opponent when we played them in Terre Haute. I've watched them on film already from last season. Very talented football team. Got probably one of the top quarterbacks in their conference. So we got a heck of a challenge. But again, as we always talk, this will be about us, Omar. It'll be about us getting better. We know we got a great opponent, but we got to shore some things up and get the Sycamores better and get ready to play this next game.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck, then.
Okay, thanks, Omar.
Ready, Anthony?
Yep.
Well, where would you put the offensive performance today? There was some things you guys did well. You moved the ball well at times. At times it was a struggle. What's kind of your general assessment of the day?
Yeah, well, like you said, I think we did some things well, but I think there are some things we need to get a lot better at. The plays are there to be made. It just comes down to execution, whether it's, finishing that last block or myself making the throw or bringing in the catch. I think that there's some positives and there's some things that we can go back and watch the film and, get excited about because we're almost there. But as far as the performance today, obviously it needed to be better. But I think that we were able to get some things done that we wanted. We just didn't finish.
Down and distance was trouble today. It was a lot of second and third and longs to convert. The challenge of that is obvious. You got to pick up a lot of yardage, but how frustrating is it to have to pick those long ones up? You did get a couple, but it's tough when they're coming one after another.
It is frustrating, but you got to have faith in the game plan. Obviously you don't want to be behind the sticks, but we prepare for those situations. And those plays are, if they're executed correctly, we should be able to pick it up. So just have faith in the game plan, and don't let the frustration get to you, because you could pick them up just like we did a few times. But as long as we execute, we can pick them up more in the future.
It looked to me, it's easy to say this from where we look from upstairs, but it looks like passing wise, it was just Northwestern just did a really good job, covering downfield. There's a few times where we were looking and it just wasn't there. How was that what you were seeing down there? It was just, their coverage was pretty good. Sometimes they deserve a little bit of credit, obviously, when that happens. Is that what you were seeing down there from the field?
Yeah, they're a good team. They're good players. They're gonna be right sometimes. So that just comes down to me moving on and through my progression and finding the open guy all the way through and just kind of having patience in the pocket. But I think that they did take a couple reads away. But that's not to say that the other guys weren't open throughout the progression.
what do you feel like you guys get out of this? I mean, I don't want to be in too much in moral victory territory, but do you feel like there's positives that you took out of this game that you can apply to next week? What do you feel those might be if there are any?
Yeah, I mean, I think in every game there's positives that you take out of it. I mean, even though we didn't have as much success as we wanted to on the scoreboard, I think that we can go back and look on the film and see how close we really are to kind of breaking through and showing the offense that we really can be. So I think that's a positive. I mean, we got a lot of guys got experience today that is going to be crucial for us moving down as the season goes on. So experience is going to be big, and then to see how close that we really are to kind of breaking through is something that we can kind of take away today and kind of be happy about.
In your case, 2 games in, I mean, how much more comfortable do you feel coming off the field today?
Extremely comfortable. My coaches make it really easy for me, and my teammates do as well. So going into the game, we do a really good job mentally and physically preparing. So I'm really comfortable out there now.